Hi, Collective. My name is Aruna from All Change by the Minute Video Time again, okay? Thank you for being back and thank you for watching the other videos, okay? Conflicted, I got, okay? And love you all. You know, conflicted, I got, okay? So I feel confliction, the energy of confliction in people's head and people's heart. Yeah, so in the mind, okay? And the confliction started the day you were born. Not with all people, okay? Not with all, yeah, but yeah, actually with all, okay? But then some were not conflicted anymore because they saw the chaos, they saw the confusion bit by bit by bit by bit again, okay? While awakening in their life. And again, there's not only one awakening, there are lots of them, okay? Lots of them. Don't think that after one awakening you're ready, okay? You're ready to conquer the world. I got, oh my God, no, 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 no. That's not it, okay? No. Yeah. But in a good way, conquer the world, okay? You cannot conquer the world unless you have conquered yourself, okay? Ooh, that one was nice. I need to type that one down, okay? Yeah. You cannot conquer the world, okay? Yeah, unless you have conquered yourself. And what is the meaning of that, okay? When you're going within and when you are living within, just like Jesus was gone for a while, okay, in solitude, okay, and learning many, 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 many lessons, okay, yeah. The 3 years he was here to help people heal, okay, before he was crossed, okay, yeah. Double crossed, I'm hearing, whoa, yes, whoa. Yeah, double crossed, okay, yeah. The physical crossing, yeah, by the nails, okay, yeah. And the crossing, yeah. But he was teaching my little community, okay, not to all people, because he knew that not all people would be able to handle the information, the knowledge, okay, the spiritual, yeah, knowledge that he had, okay. But there a lot of people on this planet, a lot, yeah, I know, but not in my surrounding, not in my real surrounding, okay. But when, yeah, watching social media, okay, and you need to know who's telling the truth, okay, who is by honest, a spiritual teacher, and who is not, okay, the ones who are putting and pushing through everything, okay, even if it's hard, okay. I know myself, I've been doing that for now, I'm not sure how many years, okay, but I am pushing myself with love towards you, okay, and even though I have not that many subscribers, not that many numbers of people watching, okay? But I know the marges, okay? Marge, yeah, from people watching and people liking it, okay? But it's not about that. What I'm telling is why I'm telling this, okay, is about being authentic, okay? You will feel the pureness, you will feel the authenticity coming, the energy from someone, okay? Yeah, believe me, I did a lot of research. Ah, yes, I did a lot of research, okay, here on YouTube, yeah, until you have reached such a high level, okay, that you will not believe anyone because you know your own energy, okay, yeah. And that's why being conflicted in a world full of haters I'm getting, oh Lord, being conflicted in a world full of haters, yeah, who are not loving themselves, okay? And you don't have to be a hater, okay? But the moment that someone is knowing themselves on such a high level, you will feel, okay, the haters around you, the supporters around you. You know what I mean, okay? Yeah. Yeah, it's all about duality, okay? It's all about duality, but not living in duality anymore, but seeing the duality, okay? That is what I'm meaning, okay? So while you are being conflicted, okay? Yeah, that is for a reason, okay? You don't want to be conflicted anymore. And how to start to not to be conflicted anymore, okay? For you to learn, to have spiritual knowledge, okay? For you to graduate in spirituality, for you to have your freedom bit by bit by bit, okay? Yeah. because that is what it is. For you loving yourself, for you conquering yourself, okay? Whoa, in a good way, okay? So you can conquer the world in a good way because you are loving yourself in a good way, a loving way, okay? Yeah, in a loving way. I'm sorry. Whoa, yeah, because people are not getting it, okay? People are just not getting it where everything comes from, and I am getting it, okay? I'm knowing their perception, okay? Yeah, because I was there, okay? Feeling different, but not be able to blend in, okay? Yeah, that's the right word. Blend in with those people, okay? Because I never could, and I did, yes. And especially with the family, okay? And especially in situations where I went into, okay? Challenges, yeah, to learn from, okay? That's why I know people are being put in your world, okay? So you can learn from them, okay? It's not being put as an obstacle, okay? They're being put on your path as a challenge. See it as a challenge, yeah. And correct yourself, I'm hearing. And correct yourself, okay? Because when you are being on a course, okay, you are correcting yourself every single time while you are maneuvering yourself through these people like a snake, okay? They are the snake, okay? Yeah. And you are maneuvering yourself, okay? Through these people, yeah. Who is who? What are they telling the truth? Yeah. Are they being authentic on your level? Okay. Yeah. On my level. And again, it's not being arrogant. Okay. When you have learned so many things in life. Okay. Yeah. That people are leaving your life. But meanwhile, people are being left also by my energy. Okay. This is what you need to know for yourself. Okay. And when you are knowing that people are leaving and you are knowing what the reason is, oh my God, you're so far ahead, okay, to not to be conflicted anymore. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Type my minutes, okay, yeah. Oh, 717. And 7 is a highly spiritual number, okay? In 7 days, yeah. You know what? Being created, okay? Even there, okay, in the Bible, is that the truth? Because most of the things written by people, okay? Yeah, would it be a truth or would it be a lie? Yeah, I got that song, Would I Lie to You, Baby? Would I lie to you, baby? Yeah, but not in the kind of romantic way, okay? But being romantic with God, you know what? Being romantic with Jesus, okay? Yeah. Because the shallow people will see that song and remember that song. I know, okay, I've been there, and you think that everything is being linked to people. No, everything is being linked towards the person you want to be becoming, okay? Becoming the person, okay, you want to be, okay? This is a third reading in a row about becoming the person, okay, you want to be. And again, you don't want to deal with those wannabes, okay? No, let them be, again, who they want to be, and let yourself be who you want to be, okay? Even though it will take a long, hiking, I heard. Hiking. Yeah, hiking, yeah. Because this is your life, okay? We're talking about, again, no one else's life, but yours, okay? So it's important. See yourself, again, as a VIP person, okay? Yeah. But in a good way, in a humble way. Yeah, in a humble way, okay? Noble, humble, you know what, okay? Yeah. That is who you need to be. And even though you're thinking you're already humble, okay, no, God, the universe, okay, your ancestors, everyone, okay, in the spirit world will humble your ass. Yeah. Even though I thought I was humble, okay? But then again, all those layers, okay, of you being programmed, as I talked about it, okay, in a world what is not fitting for you, okay? What is not fitting for you. Because that was never your world, because you are conflicted in a world, again, what isn't yours, okay? No, what isn't just yours. No, no, your world is your inner world, okay? Yeah, yeah. Not the outer world, because that is the people around you, okay, around you, and you are accepting those people in your surrounding, in your vicinity, okay? But even the people who are still learning their lessons, okay, learning their karmic lessons, while you don't want to be conflicted anymore, okay? In the beginning of the reading, I got as you being conflicted, but not anymore. As I'm going more in this reading, okay, yeah, maybe you are still conflicted, but not as conflicted as the other ones, okay? No, because you are elevating, you are going somewhere, I'm hearing. Yeah. Yeah. You are going somewhere, okay? Yeah. And going somewhere is you being on your journey, you communicating with God, you communicating with your higher self, you being all right, okay? All right with your mind. That is exactly what I got, okay? Yeah. And that is the balance what you need in your life, okay? Having the balance between your heart and the mind. 111, 1111 actually, 1111. Because, yeah, everybody can think that they are in the purpose, okay? But what is your purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? Because I know beyond that veil of illusion, yeah, it is to infinity and beyond, okay? To infinity and beyond. You'll not know what the next thing will come, okay, for you to learn and to learn and to learn and to learn. You are not knowing how high sky, okay, it is. I'm watching the sky to go there, okay, yeah. And this is not literally, of course, it's all, oh, I heard again, duality, yeah. So you are living still in duality, okay? But the duality is good. You need to know duality because that is one of the stages, okay? For you to know what is right, what is wrong, what is holy, what is not unholy, okay? What are those people, okay? Are they telling the truth or are they full of shit, okay? Yeah, full of shit, yeah. Full of drama, full of chaos. Are they being conflicted or are they living in peace? Yeah. Whoa. Because that is not your life anymore, okay? No, your life should be as you want it to be and as involved, I heard involved, okay? And as involved as you want to be because everything is a choice, okay? If you want to be living in that physical form of you in the 3D life, okay? 3D, instead of learning, evolving, and again leveling yourself up, okay, in the spiritual levels, okay, because again you know there are spiritual levels, okay, and even though you had two spiritual levels, okay, what you've learned and that you are knowing that you had your first awakening, second awakening, I'm not sure where you're at, okay, but not conflicted as much as you were at one point, okay, even though it is still on a service level, okay, you are getting it, okay? You are getting somewhere, okay? Yeah. You are getting into your own reality, yeah. Bit by bit by bit by bit, okay? All layers, all being systematically put in your life of illusion. Yeah. Because this is not you. No one is themselves, okay? Yeah. No one is themselves. Yeah. So being pulled, feeling the pull and the push and the pull and the pulling. Yeah, and the push, okay, yeah. That is actually good that you are feeling it, okay? Because when you were not feeling it, you were living your life unconscious. So, meanwhile, in the subconscious, you knew, okay, you knew, but it was not coming up, okay? Yeah, it was not, you were not ready. No, it was not time for you to be ready, okay? And readiness means you learning, on your spiritual path, on your journey, okay? Again, the destination, yeah. Who says You will get to your destination, okay? But meanwhile, what we are learning, okay? We are learning on our spiritual path, okay? Yeah. Who you are, okay? Who you are and who you are becoming bit by bit by bit. That's why the journey is much more important than the destination. Yeah, some people will reach their destination, but most of them not. Yeah. And again, it's not my doing, okay? People are thinking that destination is on a physical form, okay? Service level destination. No. Yeah. So conflicted in your heart, in your mind? No. Do not be conflicted, okay? Because people are putting that confliction, okay, in your head, brainwashing you. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're taking everything in, okay? Yeah. Yeah, like a sponge, I'm hearing you're doing, okay, like a sponge, but that sponge is something different now. You're taking everything in a good way, okay, in a good way, spiritual way, okay, spiritual way. Yeah, for you to know the perception of every level that you are living in from now on, okay, yeah, because this is your life, okay. And again, you are that VIP. You need to see yourself as VIP. And again, it's not regretful, I'm hearing, okay? I'm sorry. Regretful. Do not have regrets, okay? Do not have shame, because that is what they want, for you to shame yourself, okay? But shame on. Shame on. Not only people, yeah, who are giving you and terrorizing, I meaning your life, okay? Yeah. Yeah. It's not up to them, okay? For them to, they need to mind their own business. Yeah, that is what I want to say. They need to mind their own business. When everybody, okay, when, but it is a if, okay, when that would happen, okay, but if you're not certain if that is going to happen, okay. But when people, okay, let's talk about positivity, okay, when people knew themselves, okay, when all people would be in solitude, okay? And I know there are a lot of people who are being put in a solitude, especially, okay? Yeah, when, since 2012, okay, it was the beginning of people thinking that the world would be gone, okay? No, 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 no. Yeah, the mind is going crazy, okay? Yeah. The mind is going into depression, okay? But it's not going into depression because it's waking up bit by bit by bit, okay? Because as I was talking about, the systematically push and pull by secret societies, okay? Yeah. Let's not talk about only people, okay? But they are also being used as a pawn, okay? Yeah. Used as a pawn. Everybody, okay, on this planet is being used as a pawn, or we're being used as a pawn, okay, yeah. Or maybe you are in between, okay? Yeah, take it how it resonates, yeah? For yourself, for you to reunite with your true, authentic self, okay, who you are. And people can say to me, okay, that they are authentic, they are pure. But no, man, no, no. When you're knowing and again, it's not being arrogant, okay? It's the knowing. Yeah. It's the knowing. Okay. Yeah. And knowing and being arrogant are two different things. Okay. Yeah. And people will still think, okay, she's being arrogant. No, 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 no. They are being prideful. Okay. To admit. Yeah. To admit. Okay. And giving the support. Yeah. Because they need to learn them. They need to learn who they are themselves. Okay. Yeah. And again, take it how it resonates, okay? It's not pointing fingers, okay? But telling the truth, okay? As it is, okay? As I'm feeling it, and maybe probably you are feeling it bit by bit by bit, okay? And still, people are not getting it, okay? And it's not up to them to understand you, okay? Yeah, to understand you. As long as you are understanding your path, as long as you are understanding your journey, okay, you are good, okay? And as long as you are seeing synchronicities, you are good. You are more than okay, yeah. 11, 11, 5, 5. Yeah, all the signs, okay, yeah. And starting with numbers, okay? Because numbers, synchronicities are, yeah, easier to see, okay? Yeah, remarkable, I'm hearing, yeah. This is how the spirit will play with you, okay? Yeah, will play with you. Yeah. 11, 11, 20, 20 now, okay? That's God's number. Yeah. Whoa. God's frequency. Yeah. God's frequency. Yeah. For you to remember, okay, where you are going, okay, where you are going, okay, where you need to be. Yeah. Where you need to be is for you to heal your heart, for you to be in balance, okay, with the heart and the mind. Yeah. And again, when you are doing everything, nothing, yeah, selfishness, okay, yeah. They will think it's all selfish, okay, yeah. But you are doing it for the love of your own heart, for the love of who you want to be, okay, while they are doing for the love of money, yeah. That's a different kind of thinking, okay, because you you will be lost, okay, and still people are lost in a jungle, okay, in a jungle, okay, yeah. What is being created by people itself, okay, here on this planet, okay, not only by themselves, okay, by their own mind, okay, by their own mind, yeah. And when people start to believe that their own mind is tricking them, okay, yeah. And again, on such a high level that you will know, yeah, it's not up to them to, yeah, to be controlling your life, okay? And I'm not talking about people anymore, okay? But it's your own mind being controlled by things, the unseen. Thank you. But not in a good way, okay? The unseen. Because there is also the unseen in a good way, okay? And you need to recognize that. You need to recognize two, all twos, okay? Because it is amplifying in your life. There will not be conflicts anymore, okay? There will not be confusion anymore. As long as you are getting your journey, you will get by, okay? You will get by, okay? Yeah, not bypassing your journey, not bypassing the the journey, the knowledge, everything what you are being taught, okay? Everything what we are talking about. Yeah. So do not feel conflicted anymore, okay? Because you're not in a depression, okay? Again, that's a whole nother reading. You are awakening. Thank you for being here, okay, with me. Yeah. Whoa. I know my readings are shorter, but yeah, it's meaning. It's of meaning, okay? It's of meaning, yeah. Yeah. Trends. Yes, I'm in trends, but in a good one, okay? In a good one. Yeah. So, yeah, please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, everything what you can do, okay? For, yeah, uniting with each other, with the good ones, okay? Yeah, and not only with the good ones, with the pure-hearted ones, yeah. Thank you. Love you all, okay? And peace be with you. Bye-bye. Until next time, okay? Bye-bye.